Um, and part of what he's talking about there is the idea that we have a lot of tools here in the flat world, but they don't work in the unflat. For example, the laptop we learned about the $100 laptop and the that they want to put in the undeveloped world to flatten out those lower countries, those lower developed countries. You couldn't just give them an HP laptop with a lithium-ion battery and a power cord to the wall. They don't have electricity. So they took that tool, used the tools of the flat world to design a tool that would work in the unflat world to then start to build up those countries with the crank laptops, etc. Um, there were five big areas that Bill Gates kind of outlined in the Grand Challenges in Global Health. Out of it summarized all 14 of their solutions for how we can also help grow and develop and flatten the world out. Things like the single-dose vaccines after birth, or creating a full range of bioavailable plants that have a full range of bioavailable nutrients. If we can genetically engineer a plant, they can grow almost anywhere and have all of the basic necessities for life available to them. That's providing food and sustenance and essentially medicines that are necessary for anybody in the world. And it's important to understand how these different diseases are transmitted either genetically or chemically from insects or people, or all that, and creating those cures that can be permanent and long-standing. So the next question is, if that's how we can flatten the unflat world, why should we flatten? The obvious reasons include the economic growth, the betterment of mankind, we're making the world a better place, everybody's involved, everybody has an opportunity to succeed, blah, blah, blah. The less obvious reasons involve the health, safety, and continuation of the flat world. And this is kind of a selfish thing for those of us living in the flat world, but in the end, it might, the ends might justify the means on this one. The fact is, if a pandemic disease such as SARS or AIDS or malaria or swine flu were to reach pandemic levels and leap from the unflat world into the flat world, those diseases can now be transmitted on an exponential rate to where everybody can be affected. And the result is then, we want to shut down our barriers. Not only are we facing health and sickness issues in our flat world, but we also then want to create barriers to cut ourselves off from the rest of the world, which then regresses and sends us backwards in terms of flattening more of the world out. When we build up those barriers, and that is definitely not a good thing. Life is the future, not the past. You have to continue to grow towards where things are going and not shut yourself off. There are also members of what are called the HalfLeft World. These are disempowered individuals. They have a very unique, special type of frustration in that they've often seen the flat world and maybe experienced it on a short-term basis by traveling to a flat city in their country, but then they had to go back to their very rural, unflat parts of the country where they actually live. And it's frustrating because they see what's available to them, they know what's out there, but they don't have access to it. Often because the governments are corrupt and they only want to take care of their own, and instead of flattening out their whole country, the government worries about flattening only a small portion of it. And those frustrations can develop and grow anti-globalization fears in these individuals. If you think you're not being treated fairly, then you might choose to react in a very negative method and say, well, if I can't be part of the globalization factors because of where I'm at, then we shouldn't globalize. And there are a wide variety of people that have joined in these anti-globalization factors. You've seen protests from the World Trade over in Seattle in 1999 and other various protests from around the world. And it's people from the upper middle class, socialists, anarchists, passive supporters, anti-Americans, all sorts of things that these people have come together and said, hey, we don't want to do this globalization. But the most important thing is not to stop anti-globalization, but to actually encourage it in the right way. See, in some of the world, we're not actually doing that globalization properly. One of the solutions brought forth to help out the half-flat was presented by Hewlett-Packard. And it wasn't pure altruism. They actually made money and made a profit on what they did, but they were able to go out and set up, portable digital photo labs in rural areas using using flat world tools designed in an unflat environment, that then started to bring those people up and gave people in those unflat areas opportunities for success that weren't always there. I mean, it was a very global, universal, feel-good type of thing that Hewlett Packard was doing, really helping more people to build themselves up and be better in those rural areas of India. But at the same time, HP also got to make money on it, so it was a win-win situation for them. And these are the kind of solutions that we need to be developing and looking for, according to Preet. Here are all my sources, a variety of websites you can check to. There's also a bonus video I found that I thought was really good from ABC News that showed the whole relationship between the United States and China and money and the whole flat world in a really good interaction. So if you have time, either during class or after class, this is the link. It would be really interesting for you to be able to watch and look. And although I am now at 11 minutes, I'm going to run over just a little bit longer because I wanted everybody to see just what it is that kept me and Lindsay from being in class. Caitlin McAllister Sutton was born last night at 11:02 p.m., 7 pounds, 20 inches. And that is our cute little bundle of joy. And you might have even got to hear in the background a little bit. We'll be back next week. Thank you all. And if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in an email or find us on Facebook, and we'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Thank you.